What you want?
See, you're in my house, fatso, and you didn't ask permission.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Now get out of my cell. If you boys knew what's about to happen to you, you'd leave now.
So you just go wherever you want, whenever you want?
Everyone's always jealous.
The story opens with Jack Reacher, a towering, powerfully built man of few words, arriving in the quiet town of Margrave.
I'm sorry, I'm not good at math.
Don't take a 40% tip. The hell you want, asshole? I'm talking to you, stupid. Listen, man, I'm just having a bad day. Won't happen again.
Police! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Slow!
Hands.
Turn around. You're under arrest for murder.
Officer Roscoe intervenes, urging Reacher calmly to comply. He obliges and approaches her. The officers search him, uncovering only a passport, toothbrush, cash, and a military medal. Despite this, Baker declares he's under arrest for murder. At that moment, Chief Detective Finley arrives. Reacher is escorted to a conference room for interrogation. Finley steps in shortly after and presses him about a recent homicide, but Reacher stays silent.
Victim was male, 30s, big guy. You know who this man was? I'm not about to waste the rest of my afternoon.
I don't need a lawyer, because I didn't kill anybody. At least not recently.
This Reacher fella, no online profile at all. The only proof Jack Reacher exists is the fact that he's sitting in that room.
What if I'm thinking I'm sitting across from a man who doesn't mind killing and who has the knowledge?
You'd be right. Shooter was someone who knows firearms well. Bullets were small caliber, 9mm, 95. This was someone who knew how to conduct a quiet, effective kill. Your psycho isn't suddenly going to be rational enough to know he has to hide the body, and your meticulous shooter isn't going to do a sloppy job with roadside cardboard. You said the victim was big, so most likely his feet were sticking out, and that's how he got spotted. I got off the bus from Tampa and walked to town.
You get on a bus in Tampa with $212, a toothbrush, and a French war medal.
I also went to a diner, ordered peach pie, and never got to eat it because I was arrested for murder.
If I can confirm you were on a Greyhound bus at that time, you're cleared. Law says we need a warrant.
Reacher, why does trouble always seem to find you?
The scene flashes back to Reacher and his brother Joe, arriving at their new home on an Okinawa military base. Their mother, Josephine, instructs them to grab their jackets and head out to meet the other children.
Let's just go home. It's my fight. It's never just your fight. Trouble does kind of seem to find you.
Returning to the present, Reacher sits in a jail cell. Roscoe pours coffee and offers him a cup. She notes that his fingerprints came back clean, no criminal record, no red flags. Just then, Finley bursts in with an update. They've traced the phone number discovered on the victim. Roscoe and Finley head out to follow the lead, meeting Charlie Hubble. Her husband, Paul Hubble, appears visibly uneasy but invites them into his sleek, high-end home. Inside, Finley confronts Paul about the murderer victim was killed with Paul's phone number in their possession.
I did it. I understand I don't have to talk or anything and then I got a lawyer and all that, but I did it, okay?
What was his name?
I don't know.
You killed a man you don't know?
Yeah, that's right. I told you I did it, okay? I'm not about to rehash all the details.
A double-barrel shotgun blast right to the face.
Yes, I did.
Your life's about to get very complicated, Mr. Hubble. Reacher, come with me.
Not until you let these zip ties come off.
Get the box cutter.
You guys recycle?
Finley questions Stevenson about Hubble's involvement. Stevenson confirms Hubble attended a family gathering miles away from the crime scene that night and can't explain why. Hubble confessed or how his number ended up in a shoe at the murder site. As Reacher and Hubble are transported to jail, they find themselves alone together on the prisoner transport bus, seated facing one another. The vehicle travels for hours along deserted rural roads before finally arriving at Warburton County Jail.
But a Samoan fella come to here last year. Meth dealer. Might be a little tight in the shoulders. Drop them drawers. Bend over and spread.
That weapon's not fitting inside me or any other human being without sending them to the hospital. So if you think you can perform the inspection without getting seriously injured, go for it.
I'm really sorry I got you into this. It wasn't my intention.
Remember when I said shut up on the bus? Same rule goes for jail.
Rather than being placed in a temporary holding area for pre-trial detainees, they were thrown in with hardened, high-risk inmates. Almost immediately, 4 convicts closed in on their cell. The ringleader, a hulking prisoner named Jay Delocked, eyes with Hubble and began taunting him with menacing precision.
Gonna need it.
There she is.
Look, she got pretty little shoes on.
I said, give them to me. Good girl.
Now, there's just one more thing I want from you.
What you want?
See, you're in my house, Fatso, and you didn't ask permission.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Now I'll count to 3.
Bitch.
Now get out of my cell.
Reacher moves through the prison yard with Hubble shadowing him, tense and jittery. Hubble admits in a hushed panic that he's no hardened criminal. He's trapped, forced into this because his employers threatened his family. Reacher absorbs. The confession butt shows no reaction. Then the air shifts. A pack of inmates lock onto them. Without a word, Reacher strides toward the bathroom. Hubble scrambles after. In the shower area, the gang closes in. What happens next is swift and savage. Reacher dismantles them, bones snap, skulls crackle, leaving a trail of wreckage in his wake.
If you boys knew what's about to happen to you, you'd leave now.
Let's go before the warden sees. Let's go, let's go! Anyone asks, you've been here the whole time.
The following morning, Reacher and Hubble are set free. Outside the jail, Hubble reunites with his anxious wife while Reacher approaches Roscoe. She offers him a lift, and during the ride, pulls up security camera footage, a futable proof Reacher was in Tampa when the killing occurred. When Roscoe casually suggests dinner, Reacher's answer is immediate, yes.
But I'm gonna need some new clothes first.
Don't you miss your family?
They're all dead, except for my brother Joe.
So you just go wherever you want, whenever you want?
Everyone's always jealous. So I'll check out the town for a while. See you in a bit.
Don't go getting yourself arrested for murder again.
Reacher steps into a small-town barbershop where the aging barber Mosley is busy assembling a sandwich. Reacher requests a straight razor shave. As Mosley works, Reacher remarks on Margrave's unnervingly pristine appearance. It all to the Kleiner Foundation's influence. Mid-shave, Reacher spots the same black truck idling outside Kleiner Jr., KJ leaning against it, watching intently. His cousin Dawson appears beside him. Without hesitation, Reacher swipes the shaving cream from his face and strides straight toward them.
You want to dance a Tom Burrito with me?
Hell, I'll dance.
I'm talking to you, Beauty. You want me to lead or?
Reading something interesting just this morning about some charges brought against a Major Jack Reacher. We don't forgive as easily in Margrave. What's your back, Mr. Reacher?
Reacher pulls into the police station lot where Roscoe and officers stand clustered. Roscoe delivers the news. Another victim discovered nearby. The Jasper briefs them. This one's a John Doe, executed with a shot to the back of the skull. Mid-flight, first body still has no ID. Dental records conflict. Fingertips swollen from anaphylaxis. Reacher pores over crime scene photos. His gaze locks onto an oblong scar across the victim's palm. The realization hits like a gut punch. The corpse is his brother, Joe.
We were wrestling. I pinned him against the stove. Didn't know my mother had just turned it off. That's how my brother got this scar.
What was your brother doing in Margrave?
I don't know.
Being smart with me?
I'm being straight with you. Hell, no wonder Sharon left you.
You keep my wife's name out of your mouth. You're messing with the wrong man, I'll tell you that right now.
Do what I say, Reacher. Please.
The car hums with silence as Reacher's gaze cuts through the window processing, calculating. When he finally speaks, his voice is steel wrapped in frost. Blind Blake wasn't random. My brother flagged him for a reason. Now it's my problem to fix. The shift is instant. The air turns arctic.
I guess I'll find everybody responsible and kill every last one of them.
Reacher walked away, ignoring the voices calling after him. Roscoe was instructed to follow. As he stepped into the street, her car nearly struck him. He stated firmly that he was going to Hubble's house and would use force if necessary to get answers. After a tense exchange, Roscoe convinced him to get into the car at Hubble's house. His wife greeted them. Reacher informed her that his brother had been murdered and Hubble's phone number was found on the body. Their 2 young daughters entered the room, briefly interrupting before their mother sent them to bed. Reacher observed the surroundings silently, then asked to use the restroom. She directed him through the kitchen and down the hall. Later, as they prepared to leave, Reacher and Roscoe thanked Hubble's wife for her time. Outside, Reacher's demeanor shifted. He told Roscoe something didn't add up first: the glasses. Hubble's wife had mentioned Tally wore them, which triggered a memory. In prison, someone had identified Reacher before the attack because he was wearing glasses. Now he understood. The attackers hadn't been after him. They had mistaken him for Hubble.
It's an agrimony burr. They grow in tall grass all around here. We call them hitchhikers because they stick on you and they go for a ride.
Still some reason they were on his laces. I told Finley the shooter was someone who knew firearms well, but it was more than that. Gun had a silencer on it, which makes even close range work inaccurate, but he got a kill shot. Shooter came through here, waiting for Joe. This area would have been darker. This is where he hid. Shooter wanted to be close.
Maybe it was personal.
Someone takes your life, it's always personal.
What'd he do for a living?
Last time we spoke, he was working in Homeland Security.
That's interesting. What department was your brother in?
Don't know.
Reacher chose to depart and locate a motel for the night. Though Roscoe offered him a lift, he refused. As he walked, 3 intoxicated men blocked his path in a deserted parking lot, clearly intent on provoking a confrontation.
There's 2 Sixers worth of empties around your car. You've been waiting a while. Well, it's the wrong day to ask me to humor your bullshit.
Hey! You're about to get your ass kicked.
No.
What the hell just rolled into Margrave?
The fight ended as quickly as it began. 3 men crumpled on the pavement, Reacher walking away without a scratch. But there was no time to dwell on it. Another body had surfaced. Chief Morrison, discovered in a grotesque tableau. 6 spikes. Pinned his arms to the wall, driven clean through the wrist bones, while a fresh laceration marred his face. Standing over the scene, Reacher reflected bitterly on his journey south. He'd come seeking quiet. Instead, he'd stumbled onto 4 corpses. 5. If Hubble's disappearance meant what he feared, at the emergency town meeting, Teal's declaration of self-appointment as police chief met immediate backlash. The crowd's mutters of distrust quickly swelled into open hostility.
Y'all had him in jail. Why'd you let him go?
Well, Mr. Reacher has a rock-solid alibi. I have faith in Chief Detective Finley. I have faith in our new chief of police. Teal's trying to frame the Morrison hit as a revenge killing. Just set me off to chase my tail. You're one of those conspiracy nuts.
Guys with the kind of money and power Kleiner wields are rarely angels. Give us cover while we work the real angles. Like Joe's rental car.
I'll call you when it's set up.
I don't have a phone.
Get one.
I'd like to offer my apologies for your arrest. My condolences for your brother. We'd be happy to keep you updated on the investigation. Just leave your contact information with the department before you head out.
I'm not leaving.
Charlie stood frozen in her home, fear and determination warring in her eyes. She trusted Reacher with her husband vanished. He was the only shield left for her daughters. When he returned, his orders were simple: pack. Now, Picard was en route to take them into hiding. Reacher pressed a burner phone into her hand. Hubble would have demanded this, he said. The words shattered her last hope her husband wasn't missing. He was gone. No tears, no goodbyes. Just the clock ticking as tires screeched outside. They had seconds to disappear.
We're on the move. It's not safe anymore. Let's go.
I'm not ready.
Let's go, now.
Hey, I'm Picard.
Told you I need my own gun.
Finley said he can't get the FBI officially involved yet, so I'm gonna take a few personal days, watch the family myself.
What about you?
I'm gonna go see that guard Spivey at Warburton.
He won't tell you anything.
Depends on how I ask.
Reacher makes for Warburton's Spivvy's the play. The corrupt prison guard who sold out Hubble. Whoever owns Spivvy owns this whole operation. They see him coming. Guns snap up. Hands grab at him, shoving toward a waiting car. But Reacher reads. It instantly, in their trigger discipline, their frantic grabs. Orders say alive. Bullets won't fly. Not yet.
You don't want to draw attention firing outside a crowded bar.
A patrol officer arrives just as the assailants vanish into the night. Reacher returns wounded but composed. Roscoe tends to his injuries with medical glue as they debrief. He acknowledges the operation's flaws and fumes over his solo approach. But Reacher counters that Spivvy would have smelled a trap with cops involved. New intel emerges. Reacher worked for Homeland Security's Secret Service Division. Finley can't access specifics, but the agency's scope fraud, exploitation, currency crimes aligns with Hubble's financial expertise. Counterfeiting becomes the likely link. Reacher pieces it together. Spivvy remains pivotal, though. The ambush suggests he's already fled. At Spivvy's abandoned house, Reacher finds nothing. Too late for record searches, he postpones until dawn. Roscoe insists he rest. They detour to a bar. She swaps her uniform for Spivvy's, hands him a fresh shirt. Over blues music, a particular song stirs memories of Joe. Against his protests, Reacher dances with Roscoe. Walls lower. She shares losing her parents young, being raised by a mentor, Gray, who shaped her into a cop. Reacher confesses Joe was his last living family.
You always eat this well?
I was hungry. Didn't think room service would deliver this late. No matter where we were at the time, Joe and I could always find a Clark bar.
Morning light reveals signs of a nighttime breach at Roscoe's home. The precision of the footprints tells the story. A forced entry, no clumsy mistakes. It's just deliberate, practiced movements tracing the perimeter. A professional had come calling while they slept.
You're gonna kill me?
Could have been here for me. My car was parked out front.
Looks like they plan on coming back.
I'm really gonna need a gun. I know you're scared, but I'm...
Scared?
It's natural.
You think that's a poor, scared little girl? I'm not scared, I am pissed. You want a gun?
People around here know I have this thing. Use it wrong and it gets back to me.
Your house isn't safe anymore. Pack your bags. Never trust a weapon you haven't personally test fired.
Finley's urgent call sends them racing to the morgue. They finally ID'd the second victim found with Joe's body. The medical examiner reveals the dead man was Pete Jobling, a 43-year-old trucker for South Freight Shipping. Cause of death points to prolonged toxic exposure, likely years of breathing exhaust fumes. The report shows a clean record, just a minor traffic violation in 2018. But one detail stands out. His legal representation came from a high-end law firm, far beyond what a blue-collar worker could afford. As they process this lead, Roscoe's phone rings. Molly Beth Gordon from the Secret Service, Joe's former colleague, answers with hopeful energy, thinking she's finally hearing from Joe himself. Reacher delivers the crushing truth.
What position did Joe hold in the Secret Service?
Director of the Office of Investigations. He assigned his current case to himself. Nobody knew about it.
Was there a specific division of OI that Joe was heading up?
He ran our anti-counterfeiting department. Joe told me that he put a stop to all domestic counterfeiting a while ago. I can try to get his files for you.
Thank you. The hard copies only.
Shouldn't I tell his superiors?
Absolutely not. So we tell no one until we have a better understanding of what we're dealing with.
You sound just like him.
Talk soon.
The call confirms Reacher's theory. This is a counterfeiting operation. Hubble's bank position made him a target, not a coincidence. With Teal still unaware they're onto him, the team devises a cover. Roscoe will investigate her break-in as planned, while Finley quietly questions Spivey, the compromised prison guard at the station. Teal postures in his self-appointed chief role, directing Roscoe to pursue ex-cons with grudges against Morrison. Could be revenge. He suggests a convenient misdirection. Reacher watches silently, letting Teal believe his act is working.
You keep me posted.
You were with Finley this morning?
I was?
My cousin Charlie's not picking up her phone. Just wondering if you know something I don't. This Reacher guy's running all over everybody like it's...
Stevenson, a moment.
Mr. Spivey? All the police! Wait!
I'm sorry, what was your first name again?
Brian,
What was the date that delivery truck hit you?
I made up a story so you'd see me. Now get me your file on Pete Jobling.
Get out of my office.
Pull up Jobling's file now. Staple. Thank you. Caused any problems you wish I finished strangling you?
Listen, man. You should have told us you were a cop.
At Jolin's restaurant, Roscoe updated Reacher on her findings. The deceased trucker had been employed by South Freight Shipping, a company directly connected to Kleiner Industries. Financial records revealed Kleiner had quietly covered the man's legal expenses during his traffic case. Reacher reported that Spivey had abruptly left town. Though phone records showed repeated calls to Kleiner's offices prior to his disappearance, the pattern pointed unmistakably to Ward. Kleiner's involvement, Reacher proposed infiltrating Kleiner's building to search for evidence regardless of legal boundaries. Roscoe cautioned that such methods could jeopardize the official investigation. Upon arrival, they noted the conspicuous absence of security cameras, an unusual choice for any legitimate business. Inside, Mr. Kleiner greeted them with carefully measured hospitality, claiming only second-hand knowledge of the murders from unreliable diner gossip, while subtly acknowledging some undefined relationship with the deceased men.
We're just looking for some clarification as to your relationship with these men.
You know, truck drivers drive too fast. You know, they get all amped up on energy drinks. You said he called my company? Maybe they're just making plans to grab a beer after work.
My intention was never to insult you, Mr. Kleiner. My intention is to conduct my investigation in any manner I see fit.
The people of this town, the other members of the police department, they want to help you. This evidence trail you're following, it's a waste of time for you and for me. Leave it.
You don't tell me what leads to chase and how to chase them. I will put my fucking foot up your fucking ass until your heart fucking stops.
The team turned their attention to Kleiner's sprawling farm operation. The excessive shipments of livestock feed, far beyond what any legitimate farm would require, immediate red flags. The numbers didn't add up, suggesting either hidden activity or an outright front for something else. Reacher's allies cautioned restraint. However strong their suspicions about Kleiner's involvement, storming in blindly risked collapsing the entire investigation. They needed proof, not assumptions. Reacher's focus shifted to Spivey. The corrupt prison guard remained their best. Lead a direct link to whoever was pulling the strings. If they could flip him, the whole operation would unravel. The plan was simple. Intercept Spivey at the Blue Cat, a place where he'd feel secure enough to let his guard down. Reacher would go alone. No badges, no backup. Just one man asking questions before the targets realized they were being hunted.
You know Tanner Spivey?
He don't need anyone asking about his business. There's some Spanish guys, man. Real fast.
Reacher pulls away in the Jaguar, its engine growling. Singletail appears in his mirrors, too obvious, too eager. He accelerates, letting them believe they're in control as he guides them straight into the jaws of his own making.
Ahí, adelante, a la derecha.
Hello, Spivey.
Finley uncovers a critical deception Hubble hadn't actually worked at the bank in over a year, maintaining the lie even to his wife. Their investigation takes another turn when reports come in about a chemically torched vehicle abandoned on a back road. The arsonist's attempt to obliterate evidence was partially foiled by an unexpected downpour, leaving the chassis less damaged than intended, working against time and corrosion. They employ an improvised forensic method. The rust-caked VIN plate with a mixture of ketchup and salt, hoping to confirm whether this was indeed Joe Reacher's missing car.
It's Joe's car, what?
I think so. We can send photos to forensics.
Old army trick. Salt for abrasion. Great metal cleaner.
And you put that in your body.
Tastes good. South Americans got to Spivey before I did. Found him stashed in their trunk.
7 bodies since you set foot in my town.
They charged me, and they were armed.
Fine.
Burying the bodies becomes their only option. Trusting the official investigation isn't a risk they can take. Roscoe examines the corpses, her fingers tracing bullet entry wounds clustered between shoulder blades. The trajectory tells the real story. These men weren't advancing on Reacher like he'd claimed. They'd been retreating when he fired. I saw an opening to end it. Roscoe presses further. What really went down in Baghdad? Reacher's gaze grows distant. He describes a routine search for a wall soldier. The mission interrupted by the laughter of children kicking a soccer ball down a dusty street.
Whenever they'd see me, they'd wave. I waved back. 3 men from the village were abusing the boys. They could turn themselves into Iraqi police or they'd answer to me. I was ready. You have a problem with me killing people who hurt children? Because I want to know the kind of person I'm working with.
I guess I don't.
Roscoe's mind circles back to Mosley's auto mission. During their barbershop chat, Kleiner's businesses included trucking and chemicals, yet he'd conspicuously avoided mentioning agriculture despite those massive feed shipments. They secure a hotel, room under Officer Odora Welty's name, Reacher paying with bills lifted from their attackers' pockets. At dawn, they'll visit Jobling's widow, their best lead for connecting Pete's murder to Joe's. Reacher's eyes track the building's sightlines too. Many windows, too many angles. Professional shooters don't attack head-on.
What are you doing?
Likely event someone tracks us here. This won't keep them out, but it'll slow them down.
What if the maid busts in?
She'd be a very strong maid. I know half a dozen sharpshooters that could take us out on the 15th floor. Molly Beth.
Sorry for calling so late. I hope I didn't wake you. My flight lands at ATL at 5 p.m.
Can't meet you there. Too many cameras at the airport. You two must have been close if you let him bore you with stories about me.
Top to bottom, everyone respected him. A real lead by example kind of guy, you know. But he said you were a good man.
You didn't take to people easily, so you must be special.
I should get back to work. I will see you tomorrow.
We didn't order room service and we don't need housekeeping. Anybody tries to come through that door, shoot him.
At dawn, they arrived at the Jobling residence under the guise of officers investigating recent truck hijackings. Roscoe considered breaking the news of Pete's death to his mother, but Reacher intervened too soon for emotions, too risky for answers. Instead, they followed the lead to Pete's wife. Mrs. Jobling received the news of her husband's death with unsettling indifference. I warned him, she admitted, her voice edged with resignation. Pete had been skimming from both his employer and Kleiner for years. She'd tolerated it until now. That final night, though, she had no idea who he'd gone to meet. Finley's update cut through the tension. The recovered car had been rented under Ron Hassey, one of Joe's known aliases. The trail led to a motel where Joe had likely stayed before his murder. They raced there, only to learn a man matching a Hispanic. Medium-height description had claimed Joe's briefcase and garment bag just 20 minutes prior. Reacher's jaw tightened. They'd missed him by a hair, but Joe was meticulous. There was evidence he'd have stashed it where no one would think to look. A quick search of the room revealed the discarded garment bag, hopefully whatever Joe had left behind.
No way.
You made them follow you, because you had Joe's note.
So you'd stay alive. I was thinking when Joe died, there was almost no one left in the world I cared about. And then I met you.
Finley arrives to assess the situation. Reacher briefs him an ambush, likely facilitated by a leak at the precinct. Stevenson's recent behavior makes him the prime suspect. Finley hesitates, but concedes the officer has been acting off. They trace the phone numbers. One belongs to William Bryant, a Princeton economics professor. The other two, Stephanie Castillo at Columbia University. Government ties seem unlikely, yet the connections nag at them. Roscoe hesitates Molly. Beth's imminent arrival complicates their Tennessee plans. Reacher contacts Nigley, a reliable pie from his past, who agrees to assist. They coordinate to meet Molly Beth at the airport, but when they arrive, the terminal is empty. No Molly Beth, no explanation, just the creeping certainty that something has gone terribly wrong.
Well, she must have missed us and walked right back.
No one misses me when they walk by. We need to split up. You take the stairs, you take the elevator. Hey. Oh, God.
Joe.
The drive away from the scene was tense, the weight of Molly's death pressing on them. The radio crackled with a report blaming her crash on mechanical failure, citing reduced Coast Guard patrols due to budget cuts, a convenient cover for something far darker. They carried the guilt of leaving her body behind, but lingering would have only made them targets. Then Reacher signaled for the car to stop. His attention fixed on a dog tied outside a property, its chain biting its neck with each strained movement. The neglect was deliberate, the kind of casual cruelty that revealed more about the owner than the animal.
Doesn't deserve this.
I told you to stay off my property.
Let's see how you like it. Take the dog to a no-kill shelter, then drop me off at Hubble's.
After freeing the dog, Reacher headed to Hubble's property to secure a replacement vehicle, their current one to compromise by gunfire to remain inconspicuous. The car waiting under the tarp was nondescript, lacking the Jaguar's distinctive profile but serviceable for their needs. Be sure to let me know in the comments. Later at the police station rendezvous, Reacher's simmering anger was palpable. Molly Beth's death weighed on him, a preventable loss he attributed to his own decisions. The tense atmosphere shattered. When two men nearby erupted into laughter, swapping crude stories until they noticed Reacher, their demeanor shifted instantly, voices dripping with contempt as they hurled accusations. War criminal, their taunts hanging thick in the air.
Look, it's the war criminal. You know, you and my friend Emmett here, you actually got something in common. Both play college football.
They kicked me off.
What for?
Being too violent. Are you just an insecure, spoiled rich boy hiding behind daddy's money? You knew I'd come after you when I saw what you did to Roscoe. And you knew I'd come in here and cause a problem that would most likely get me in trouble.
That little cock tease.
I never liked you, Dawson. Don't make me prove it.
Son, put it down.
Anytime you want to dance.
Since the moment this man arrived at Margrave, there's been nothing but violence. But if you keep digging for water under the outhouse, you ain't gonna find nothing you can drink.
Junior and the boys were just minding their own business when this guy came in and started tearing up the place. Roscoe, take Reacher outside.
See you soon, Junior.
Roscoe reeled from the news Teal had terminated her. Finley vowed to intervene, but she refused to surrender her weapon. Job or no job, she wasn't walking away from this investigation. They revisited Joe's strategy, but the professors and Memphis leads went nowhere. Jobling's garage yielded nothing. Then Reacher recalled Gray's odd habit, weekly haircuts, despite barely having hair. At the barber shop, a final message from Gray awaited pride in Roscoe's growth, and a critical revelation. The Kleiner Foundation's tax records didn't add up. Massive inflows, paltry charitable outlays. A shell game. Meanwhile, Nigley's encrypted call demanded an earlier meeting. The Jimmy Dupree Wilkes case, an EPA investigator murdered in his home wasn't isolated. The threads connected. Someone was cutting them violently.
How's it going, big fella? 10 years together in special investigators. I know what you think.
I'd come to a bistro because my mother was French.
It's got the biggest sign. Let's go. I'll fill you in.
I haven't eaten yet.
The JW on your brother's punch list was an EPA investigator named Jimmy Dupree Wilkes.
Was.
Forklifts don't use silencers. Most don't carry guns at all. Also, forklifts steal things.
That's what they did to my brother.
You're gonna kill a whole lot of people, aren't you?
Already started.
He and his partner are gonna take us to meet the CI, low-level hitman who might know who was hired to kill Wilkes. Pollution seemed to hit hardest at Chester, Arkansas.
So that's where we go.
These people are connected and stone-cold killers. You know, given your size.
Why are you so big?
Genetics.
Roscoe arrives with grim news, another potential homicide. The discussion turns to Officer Gray's death, officially ruled an accident, a drunken fall. But the wound tells a different story. The mortician's initial assessment gives way to new scrutiny. The laceration's precise edges and microscopic subcuts, it's just something far more deliberate, a diamond-shaped weapon. The medical examiner confirms it under magnification, each tiny groove matching the distinct pattern. What began as a straightforward case now spirals deeper into shadow. Every revelation only tightens the knot.
You pick up microlacerations, which can often show the shape of the object causing the injury. Kind of look like a diamond.
Damn right it does.
Miss Conklin, you come to clean out your desk?
Now they know you know something.
I know that old bastard killed Gray.
I gotta get you out of town. You can't show your face in Margrave now.
This is Officer O'Coin.
Facing gaping holes in their evidence, they commit to a midnight break-in at Kleiner's office on a legal search, but the only way to uncover hard proof of the conspiracy is the absence of security cameras offers little reassurance. The real risk lies in what they might find, or who might find them. Elsewhere, a breakthrough emerges. An informant claims to know the EPA investigator's killer. The condition is clear: no move against Teal without backup, as Reacher and Nigley regroup.
Already got a call from Stevenson saying Till wants a warrant out for Roscoe's arrest.
Can't trust Stevenson.
I lost it.
No apologies, remember? Got a lead on a shooter who took out an EPA agent digging into Kleiner. When the time comes, I'll hold him while you hit him.
Bye, Reacher.
Bye, Roscoe.
When we get to the precinct, we'll go through the alias database. We'll look up Vikings, see what pops up. Torch my family.
Draw your weapon!
They showed me a video of them
Draw
coming.
your weapon!
I'm gonna open the door up. I'm gonna shoot you real quick, man.
Who threatened you? I don't know! I need a knife!
Take a deep breath. You do not mess with the special investigators. Kleiner forced that cop to kill us. Odds are he hired the Viking too. I'm gonna head back to Margrave. Do me a favor and walk away.
Then the guys who killed your brother and tried to kill us. See what I can find out about the Viking.
Finley prepared to infiltrate Kleiner's office under cover of darkness, determined to find the crucial evidence hidden within.
Guess you're not pulling all the strings, huh, Kleiner?
The operation carried significant risk, but the potential payoff made it necessary. Reacher carefully studied the photographs Finley had secured, analyzing Kleiner's distinctive wounds. The brutal Venezuelan butterfly cut technique clearly identified the killer's origins, pointing directly to Venezuelan operatives. As they reviewed the evidence, Finley received an urgent message summoning him to police headquarters. Upon arrival, the chief delivered grim news. Their key planner had been murdered, his body discovered in his own office. The forensic team was already processing the scene when Finley arrived. Without hesitation, Finley prepared to examine the crime scene. Personally, knowing time was critical in the investigation.
Still think my dad's guilty, you piece of shit!
Easy.
Settled you went after my father for murder.
Don't get in my office. And then hold off going to the crime scene just yet, till things cool down. I'm doing you a favor. I'll call you back in the game soon now.
Purd escorts Roscoe to the residence of Paul's wife, establishing her new protective assignment. He assures Roscoe of the location's security while emphasizing emergency protocols should danger arise. She must immediately evacuate everyone through the basement access. During their evening conversation, Paul's wife abruptly notices suspicious headlights piercing through the forest tree line. Roscoe springs into action, directing the woman to gather the children and retreat to the basement shelter, with explicit instructions to flee toward the forest upon hearing Roscoe's recall signal.
Okay, I'm gonna lure them away. Yes, do it.
The focus shifts to Reacher and Finley maintaining surveillance on the mysterious truck. After tracking its route through the night, they observe it stopping outside a hotel where Kleiner's nephew enters the building. Investigators hold position before cautiously approaching the stationary vehicle. Reacher scales the truck's exterior, attempting to force open the roof paneling to inspect its contents. Their target emerges again, conducting a thorough perimeter check of the truck before re-entering the hotel. Seizing the opportunity, Reacher finally breaches the roof, only to discover the cargo hold completely vacant. This puzzling development raises immediate questions about the purpose of the truck's movements. Finley concedes he can't explain the empty transports. With this dead end, they resolve to reconnect with the two professors who should have completed their European travels. Reacher's call to the academic meets with grim news. Professor had been killed immediately upon returning home that very day.
I'm his assistant.
My condolences.
Thank you. I have to go.
Professor Castillo?
Yes?
Now do everything I'm about to tell you if you still want to be alive by the time I get there.
Roscoe escorts Paul's family to a restaurant, where the conversation turns to Paul's past. She reveals that Paul had actually quit his bank job a year prior, a fact his wife claims to have known all along, insisting her husband never kept secrets from her. Roscoe recalls their first meeting, when the wife had pleaded ignorance about Paul's work. Now, the woman admits she'd lied then, believing deception was the only way to shield her children. Her voice tightens as she recounts their downfall, the day Kleiner called, summoning Paul to a meeting. There, Kleiner dangled unimaginable wealth in exchange for Paul's financial expertise, specifically managing high-volume transactions for shadowy clients. He'd sweetened the offer with a trial run. Paul could walk away after seeing the operation firsthand. The promise they'd learned too late was a trap.
Are these all racehorses?
Mostly retired. Now, these are animals that are used to running as hard as fast as they can, and they revolt. And then, one day, they just stop because they accept that they're trapped. They know there's nothing they can do to escape their fate. That money that you moved today, you helped me launder millions in illegal tender, and then you sent me the evidence. I know what you're thinking. You want to run. Just like all the horses in here want to run. Let me tell you something. No place is safe.
I can't do this.
I'm gonna leave you in here for a while so that you don't run off and do anything stupid. Paul, don't gnaw at the gate.
Please help me.
This is what happens to you and your family if you don't do what you are told.
Paul did what he was told, and they killed him anyway.
As Reacher exits the police station, his instincts flare. A watcher lurks nearby, observing. He proceeds to meet the professor, Joe's former economic consultant. She recounts how Joe had centralized the procurement of specialty paper for counterfeit currency through a single supplier. Days later, he'd uncovered an alarming twist. The forged bills were surfacing in Georgia, despite no local production. The revelation reframes everything. What they'd assumed was a Georgia-based printing operation was merely a distribution hub. The real facility lay elsewhere, its location still unknown.
You find out where they're getting the paper to do it, and you will stop whatever Joe is trying to stop. How are you going to take down whoever's doing this?
Painfully. Major Jack Reacher, 110th Special Investigations, retired. My brother, Joe Reacher, worked in Secret Service. You can look him up. I need you to make sure she's protected until you get a phone call from me, and only me.
So, yes, sir.
Stevenson and his wife Emma sat paralyzed by fear, confronting the unthinkable reality that their own hometown had become dangerous. Finley's prolonged absence troubled them. His phone went unanswered for days. Neither Paul nor Charlie could be reached. Leaving their whereabouts and safety unknown, the couple seriously considered abandoning Margrave. Relocating to Tupelo offered both safety and family support, especially with Emma's pregnancy advancing. Across town, Mr. Kleiner's funeral proceeded. The officiant emphasized how Kleiner, despite having only a son and nephew as blood relatives, had treated the entire community as family. He was eulogized as a benevolent figure whose life ended prematurely.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Paying my respects. How would you like it if I sliced you up just like you sliced him? Take a step back, son. Well, there will be two Kleiners in that grave. I'll see you around, Finley.
A sudden phone call delivered critical information to Finley, resolving one of their lingering questions. He conveyed the news to Reacher. Officer Stevenson's involvement in the counterfeit operation had been confirmed, his death mirroring the fate of other conspirators. The situation escalated when Teal took decisive action against them. He terminated Finley's position, citing incompetence and holding him responsible for the department's chaos chaos and officer fatalities. Keel then turned. His aggression toward Reacher, demanding his immediate departure from the crime scene under threat of arrest.
You got 1 minute to leave my crime scene or I'm taking you in.
So he gets rid of me without having to drop another body. I know you're angry. I am too.
First, I'm gonna ask the last cop in Margrave to lunch.
Reacher informs Baker of his intention to infiltrate Hubble's residence under cover of darkness. Seeking concrete proof of Finley's criminal involvement, Baker approves the operation without hesitation. During Finley's somber visit to Stevenson's grieving parents, Reacher prepares meticulously. He acquires tactical gear from a nearby military surplus outlet: camouflage, face paint, rugged footwear, and specialized equipment. The stage is set for an ambush, even the weather conditions favoring his approach. That night, as the target vehicle arrives, Dawson and his crew emerge, clad in distinctive white protective suits, unaware of the trap awaiting them.
Anda, mira, ¿qué quiere?
The realization strikes him with perfect clarity. He immediately contacts Roscoe. They've cracked the laundering scheme. Unable to source specialty paper, criminals devised an alternative, chemically stripping $1 bills and reprinting them. As $100 notes, the worn appearance avoids suspicion, bypassing security features of new currency. The animal feed shipments contain a compound that removes ink without damaging the paper. Even Roscoe acknowledges the ingenuity at Judy's scorched property. She'd left to visit relatives days prior. Reacher and Finley regroup. Their search shifts back to the truck driver's parents' garage, where Finley discovers an air conditioning unit identical to those used for transport. Inside, stacks of cash provide irrefutable evidence for the FBI, while Finley departs for Pequard's to rendezvous with Roscoe. Still guarding the Hubble family, Reacher secures the proof. Upon arrival, he alerts Nigley, who reports a breakthrough. An FBI agent named Nitmo prematurely closed the EPA agent's murder case, ruling it a burglary despite the victim's inexplicable wealth.
Nickname of the hitman hired to kill our EPA agent.
But his old partner's still with the Bureau. We can question him.
The card. Gotta go, Neely.
Stepping inside, he's met with a standoff. Purd, KJ, and Mayor Teal already have Finley at gunpoint. The betrayal crystallizes as Pequard shifts position, pressing his weapon against Finley's spine.
Where's Roscoe?
Oh, my girl's doing just fine.
Reacher.
No way you're letting them walk away from this. They know too much.
You're smart.
Pretty sure they'll keep quiet after they watch what I do to their dad.
You killed him already?
He's on the run.
And pretty soon, those Venezuelans are gonna give you the same necktie they gave your daddy.
I killed my father, and so I killed Joplin, and I killed your brother.
You shot Joe. Dawson kicked him after he was dead.
You'll make it look like the two crooked Reacher brothers were working with an out-of-town cop running drugs or guns to something nefarious.
You're gonna take Picard to wherever Hubble's holed up, and you're gonna bring him to me. If I don't get a call from you by 6 a.m. saying Hubble's in custody, you can't even imagine.
Pequard, his allegiance now undeniable, receives orders to monitor Reacher's compliance. Reacher offers no immediate resistance, maintaining calculated composure while requesting a brief pause to consult a map and strategize. Through astute behavioral analysis and deductive reasoning, he deduces Hubble's probable hiding placide precision of his logic visibly unsettling. Pequard, the turncoat's confidence wavers as he struggles to reconcile Reacher's uncanny insight with his own crumbling authority. In a desperate bid for control, Pequard reiterates how his continued cooperation represents the sole safeguard for Charlie and her children's survival. Reacher counters with cold pragmatism, emphasizing that eliminating him would permanently sever Pequard's access to Hubble.
Over 3 hours away, but still close enough he feels connected to his wife and kids.
You can't just stare into something and get inside a man's head like that.
Coffee?
Oh, God! You better be right about Augusta.
tougher than I thought you were.
Low tire pressure. Should check it out.
Keep driving.
You've been with me the whole time.
Pull over. And if you're thinking about throwing a tire in my direction, think again. You shoot me, I ain't the only person you're killing.
But if you shoot me, you're never finding Hubble. I don't have many options right now. We raise our guns up over our heads. We stand up and face each other, hands up.
Yeah, got it.
3.
Find motels within 3 miles of Augusta bus station.
Your input is being processed.
The analysis unfolds with precision. Hubble's avoidance of digital traces points to bus travel and cash transactions, a fugitive's methodology. His confession reveals how escalating dangers prompted him to contact federal authorities, with Joe Reacher responding under the alias Mark Salas. Hubble had connected Joe to Pete Jobling. After uncovering the trucker's embezzlement from the operation, what began as Hubble's attempt to shield his family through cooperation now lays bare Kleiner's true objective, eliminating every loose end. Reacher's assessment crystallized-in negotiation remains viable. Total dismantling of the operation becomes the sole path to survival.
Somebody's texting you, buddy. Duck and cover.
You okay?
Olive. I can't help but see you're alone.
Let's hit the gun locker, the ammo safe. Grab anything useful.
They arm themselves from the police arsenal, taking pistols and rifles. The factory perimeter swarms with armed sentries exactly as Kleiner Jr. anticipated. Reacher fulfills that expectation with brutal efficiency, dousing fuel around a loading dock to ignite a diversionary blaze.
Your only job is to get your kids out of there. Don't let anyone stop you from doing your job.
If I'm gonna die, I'm going to flavor country one last time.
What the hell is going on?
Everybody in here now!
I thought you were dead. Not yet.
You gotta go get Reacher.
He'll be okay.
How do you know that?
Because he's Reacher.
It's over.
State police and federal agents press for answers about Margrave's violent unraveling, but Reacher remains silent. A man who lives by movement, not roots, he has no intention of lingering or inviting further entanglements. With Roscoe, he shares a parting momentous suggestion she consider running for mayor, sealed with a final kiss. Finley, too, chooses departure. Resigning from the force to return to Boston before leaving town forever, Reacher visits the site of Joe's death. In his pocket rests his grandfather's war medal, awarded for valor and passed down by their mother. Kneeling, he presses it into the earth where Joe fell a soldier's tribute to a brother who fought, however futilely, to mend what was broken. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap, and if you did, then be sure to check out other awesome recaps on the channel. And as always, thank you very much for watching.